Good morning, Floppycatters. This is Charlie's A Day in a Life. This is where I find him every morning. Well, what are you doing up there? He does wake me up a little bit, like comes upstairs to go to the bathroom, but I never get up. That's the trick. If you can, don't get up when they meow, and then they won't really wake you up. But this is kind of an old man thing that he does, and my cats never did that when they were younger. Hello and good morning. I know I usually don't talk to you. I just go straight to, are you gonna stretch? You look like an old man this morning. You doing okay? Careful, careful. Think about where you're jumping. Okay. Gotta stretch in the mornings. I wanted to do a day in a life video because I don't think we've ever really done that. So this is Charlie's day in a life video, and as a single cat.
A big thank you to LitterZero for sponsoring today's video. LitterZero is a cat litter waste disposal system by Petsnology.
When you've lived with a cat for over 16 years, especially a senior with kidney-related changes, you know that litter box maintenance becomes a high-volume task. The clumps are larger, so I've integrated the LitterZero into my daily routine because it addresses a few specific mechanical flaws that I've found in other disposal systems over the years. The primary difference is the internal barrier. Most bins release a puff of ammonia the moment you open the lid. Ugh. This system uses a double trap design. The top lid opens to a holding area, while the secondary internal door remains sealed. It's only when you engage the side lever that the waste drops into the bag. This keeps the odor contained within the 7-layer film, even when you're actively using the unit. For those of us managing senior cats or even multi-cat households, the size of a disposal bin is actually a major factor. The LitterZero has a significantly wider opening than standard pails. This is practical for two reasons. It accommodates the larger clumps typical of older cats without needing to guide them in, and it reduces the chance of waste hitting the rim, which is a common cleaning headache, especially for a klutz like me. One of the most frequent points of failure in these cat litter waste disposal systems is the bag removal process. When you pull out that heavy, almost vacuum sealed bag upward, it often leads to tears or strains, but this unit uses a side access door, allowing the bag to slide out horizontally. It's a simple mechanical change, but it removes the friction that causes bags to rip during disposal, which then causes a nasty, smelly, just unsanitary cleanup. So I love that LitterZero is straightforward, well-engineered tool that solves the specific frustrations of high-volume litter management. If you're looking for a more efficient way to handle daily scooping, check out LitterZero. It might be the perfect solution for your household as well.
So I have raised the curtain, not curtain, but I've raised my front blind, and he will jump up there and enjoy the morning sunlight. Oh. Interesting that he didn't jump from the armchair to this cat tree, because usually he would have done that. The sunlight feels good on my eyes too. It's a little warmer right now, and so it's starting, it's springtime. I think it's supposed to be 75 degrees here today. I don't know what that is in Celsius off the top of my head, but it's like a perfect temperature. So that's also why he's up on top of the cat tree rather than like in one of his beds, because it's warmer. My heat is still on because it's still getting cool enough at night where you want heat. I was watching Ask Julie Anything, which is put out by Adored Beast Apothecary, and she was talking about this concoction for a couple of senior cats. These are both homeopathic remedies. This is Arsenicum album, and then this is Adored Beast Apothecary's Your Go-To that has arnica and aconite in it, and I think it's 200C of both. So I'm going to try this on Charlie for 3 days, and that's his day 1, but wanted to show you guys this is part of his daily routine. So I usually take the syringe and bang it, and you can see I get a little bit out of the syringe, but that's what you're supposed to do with the homeopathic remedy. You're gonna get this morning. I've been having some struggles with him not wanting to eat, and although he is a kidney cat, I don't think it's kidney related. And the reason I don't think that is because he has tons of energy, which doesn't make sense, other than maybe thyroid disease, but I'm also not worried about that because he's not drinking copious amounts of water. He doesn't mind this at all. I just need to make sure I get it in his mouth. Thanks. Thank you, awesome. Thank you. This is breakfast. He sometimes really goes for Zero Peak Rabbit and Lamb and sometimes doesn't, so we'll see how it goes this morning. I put it in the bowl. Mix it all up with some water, and then he also gets a little topper on top. You'll see that this is whole life dog, which just means you don't pay the cat tax, which means that sometimes companies mark up cat treats, so you get the same treat but just a little bit less. I don't really know, I've never actually done the math. I get the 21 ounce bag because it's lower price per serving. Now Whole Life's food is cooked before freeze dried, whereas other brands, it can be raw food before they freeze dry it. What do you think? Okay. He is literally fed like anywhere. Anywhere he'll eat. So I don't know if he's interested because of the Whole Life on top right now, or if it's because of the arsenicum, aconite, and arnica. So we'll see. For those watching that don't know Charlie, Charlie is 16 and a half years old. I got him when he was 3 months old. And the reason I have him is because of that blaze on his nose. As a little girl, the first cat that I ever fell in love with was seal-mitted Ragdoll with a blaze, and that's what Charlie is. And I had it on my vision board, a seal-mitted with an hourglass blaze Ragdoll, and then found Charlie soon after my cat Rags died. My cat Rags is the reason I founded Floppycats, and he lived till he was 19 and a half years old. These are his ashes in the silver box that I made for them. And Charlie lived with my cat Trig, who passed away rather unexpectedly when he was 14 and a half years old. So Charlie has been an only cat now for almost 2 years. That's the purpose of the arsenicum, arnica, and aconite, to see if he can start eating more. Then he will sit here and clean himself for a little bit. He will eat more of that later, but he never eats very much from the get-go. And then I am going to leave, and I'll be back later. And when I get back later, we'll go O-U-T-S-I-D-E, which I don't want to say because I'll get all excited, and I don't want him to think that we're going out right now. I am back, and I am late to let Charlie outside. Am I late? Are you ready to go? Let's go. I actually need to go spray the fence line with garlic first, just to make sure we're not gonna get any friends from my neighbor's yard, meaning fleas. But one of the things that I put on Charlie every time he goes outside, because I can't put on topical flea meds because he got a head trimmer from topical flea meds, and I'm just not keen on him getting a grand mal seizure from them, which they can cause seizures. So I do this instead, and then sometimes we end up getting fleas. So it's not the most reliable method, but this is just a powder puff thing, like for makeup, and he's excited. And then I have another dose of that homeopathic that I'm gonna give him. Yep, I gotta go. And you'll see the diatomaceous earth out there too, like a barrier around the house. Time to let him outside. No delay. So depending on the weather and what Charlie wants to do, he will be out here for 15 minutes or he'll be out here for an hour. It's really up to him, and I try to make sure that he gets this time every day because he really, really loves being outside. And I make big efforts to make sure he can go outside and it's safe for him, and hopefully that we stay flea free. Hi. Hello. I think it's such a nice day today. Yeah. I'm hoping he won't eat any grass. He's been eating grass lately, which is not a good thing. I mean, usually I wouldn't mind, but I put down this like natural flea control. It's little EcoSmart granules that have wintergreen and spearmint and stuff like that. It should be, you know, down on the ground. It shouldn't be like on top of the grass, but just in case, I don't really like him to eat grass anymore because of that. So he'll wander around the yard. Sometimes he'll run full speed through the yard and go up that tree over there. Did that when he was younger and ended up getting caught halfway up the tree, and consequently I had to talk to him about getting back down because he didn't really understand how to get back down. But he crawled back down backwards, which was great. In the 18 years that I've been doing videos, one of the things that I'm constantly asked is, aren't you worried about him leaving the yard? Yes, he has left the yard. This is all Epsom salt, by the way, again, for flea reduction. However, it's actually helped with sugar ants on my counter. Unexpectedly, it's been a benefit for that. I've had sugar ants come on my counters, but not last year when we started doing the Epsom salt around the house. So every time it rains, I put the Epsom salt back down. Anyway, no, I'm not worried. The 2 times that Charlie has scaled the fence, it has been because another cat was out here. So you saw me open the door for him on the outside. And that's because before he comes outside, I walk the perimeter and make sure that there are no large wildlife, obviously squirrels and chipmunks and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be able to shoo out of the yard, but no large wildlife or no cats. So the 2 times that he has scaled the fence was charging after another cat that was in our backyard. And he's 16 and a half, and I think that happened when he was like 6. So it's been a long time since anything like that has happened. And it's always over that gate part of the fence where he just was, is where he'll scale it. So I'm no longer worried about that because I walk the perimeter, make sure no one's back here, and then I know he's not gonna wanna go anywhere because of that. I'll take a kitty, Will. He literally just wanders around.
Hi. Hello. It's a nice day, huh? With a nice breeze. It's gonna be nice tomorrow too. And the next day, it's gonna be even warmer those 2 days.
And I meant to mention earlier that one of the things with Charlie, people say that ragdolls can't handle themselves outside. I'm pretty sure Charlie would rule the neighborhood if he could, but he wants to chase a stick, but I don't have one that's long enough, and I don't like to stir up any fleas either. Woo.
I don't have a stick that's long enough right now. I put them all in a bag because yard pickups tomorrow. Yeah, I did. You get this one?
Charlie has had a fair amount of allergies throughout, I'd say, the last 4 or 5 years. But I've worked really hard on his leaky gut to make those better, and then found many supplements that improve it as well. And so now that the weather's getting warmer, I'll have to work on that as well, just to keep them at bay and hopefully not have him itchy. And take note of his paws. He has pink paw pads. He does not have brown paw pads. So when we go inside, we will dunk his paws into the sink to get that off. And that is every single day. I dunk his paws into the sink. I used to only do it when they were muddy, but it is a surefire way to eliminate lots of potential issues. When you let your cats outside, they are exposed to whatever is out here. So if it's raccoon poop, possum poop, squirrel pee, whatever, I want those off of his paws. And certainly want, like, if he has those EcoSmart granules that have the wintergreen or spearmint on them, I want those off his paws too, because I don't want him ingesting those. He wants to jump up there. I don't know if he'll do it though. Come on. Come on. I don't think he'll do it. He hasn't done it in a long time. Come on. Come on. And he doesn't have the confidence that he used to. You got it. Come on. Get it. Get it. You got it. You got it. You've been jumping on top of that cat tree. You can do it. You got it. Get 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 it. Do you know your age? You know your capabilities. Why are kitties so smart? I'll give an old man a lift. Many of you guys have seen many videos of him on top of these weirdo pillars that I have in my backyard. When I moved in, they were here. I think there used to be like a fence in between them, but it was gone by the time I moved in. And they're actually great for like plants. What I don't want is him to jump down from here, because we go to the chiropractor and he jumped down from here, especially onto uneven ground. Even though it's soft ground, it's uneven ground, could cause a need for an adjustment. And he does go, and I think he goes next week, but I'd rather just, not have to have him uncomfortable. So it's better that way.
He always likes to smell my third eye.
That hair is vibrating. It's because he's purring. You see it? Charlie will get bubbles right here on his neck or bubbles right here. He's got one on his right ear right now when he has a histamine reaction. So like right now, he was reacting to some histamine. So what that says to me is I need to give him some clay to bind the histamines that are in his body, which is just a small amount, like maybe 0.25 mil or something like that. Those bubbles though could also mean he is, you know, reacting or his body is changing due to the homeopathic remedy that I started this morning. So it's always an opportunity to, you know, see what's happening in his body and how his body will change based on that remedy. I'm telling you, homeopathic remedies for cats are the coolest thing ever. I've seen the coolest changes in him from that. He's expelled parasites from them, like really helped with his allergies and stuff. They're amazing. I really wish homeopathic remedies were a totally normal thing that we used every day and that we consulted, you know, vets for and doctors for. We'd be far better off. And then when he's ready, we go inside. Then he is brought to the sink that has just a little bit of water in it. And usually I don't have to hold all four paws. You can't see, but then I dip his back paws too, and then he goes over here, and then I wipe off his paws. If the water is muddy, it's not muddy, then I will refill it and re-dip his paws. But since it's not muddy, I won't do that. I will, any black speck I take off, the bad word flea, the 4-letter bad word, F word in our house. And I will wipe off his paws now before we get cheats. You want cheats? I know you want your cheats. Our cheats are freeze-dried treats that he gets when he comes inside. I fill up this puzzle toy with various freeze-dried treats. Sometimes it's chicken, sometimes it's turkey, sometimes it's venison. This is freeze-dried green lip mussel. That one. I definitely try to vary what he gets, so he's getting a variety of protein. Sometimes he gets organ meat, liver, heart. I'm thinking about ordering kidney actually for this next round of orders. And you can tell this is where he does this every day. I need a vacuum, but I thought about that before this video. Yeah, make it a nice clean video, but this is kind of how we live until I want to vacuum it up. And over the years, people have said, oh my gosh, your house is so clean. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. They can see how it is sometimes. So that's why I decided to leave it today. But he'll eat these and then I'll go take a nap. Food number 2. This is a Rewuva WX, which is a kidney formula, which is really nice, and Charlie likes it. He did not eat much of the Ziwi Peak this morning. These are freeze-dried chicken and cat grass. They're great. He really likes it, so I try to break up half of it and then to entice him to eat, and then I put the other half on top so he can eat it. Usually he gets this feeding around 4:35, but it's almost 8 because it's daylight savings time today. You want to try that one? Where do you want me to put it? Where should we put it? Usually right here is a favorite spot. There you go, baby. May or may not go for it. I've always rotated cans, any food actually, but now that he's back on canned after being on raw, which I wish he was still on, but kidney cats don't always do well on raw, and he wasn't one of them that did well on raw. I always like to rotate flavors, cans, brands, like all of that stuff, so that he doesn't get tied up to one of them. I remember when I first got my own cats, my vet at the time told me that she knew of a cat that became so specific on a certain food that the owner had to find the lot number. And then once that lot number was gone, like the cat refused to eat. Like, I can't imagine. So I've always rotated different brands and different flavors of different brands. So like, you know, tomorrow he could want the Ziwi Peak just fine, but today he didn't. So that's what we got today. I also put a little chicken liver powder sprinkled into that as well. That usually is a sure way to get him to eat more.
All right, it's a couple, how long has it been since I gave you your food? I'm eating dinner now, and this is what he does is he sits on this scratcher and waits for me to finish my dinner, and then he'll come up and want to sit on my lap for pets. So that's part of our evening if I'm at home.
He gave up waiting for me to be done with dinner so that he could get on my lap, and instead he's climbed up on the couch and settled down for a nice winter's nap. He's on 2 different blankets. One is a yellow blanket with my initials on it, and the one underneath it is a crocheted blanket that was made for me when Trig died from a Floppycats reader named Jerry, and it is a beautiful blanket. And I always wonder if he's missing Trig when he sleeps on this, because this is kind of a new sleeping spot for him. These are all the supplements that I have for Charlie, and these are the 2 that he's gonna get tonight. I actually use a pendulum to figure out what supplements he needs on a daily basis, and because he's on a homeopathic, which is usually what happens, only 2 were needed. So he's gonna get 5 Defenders by Real Mushrooms, which is great for immune support. And then this is Gut Rebuild for Cats by Animal Biome, which is a probiotic. You guys saw that it's very unpredictable what he'll eat, and he's always been like that. It's not just because of being an older guy. So I will give both of these with syringes, probably like 15-20 minutes apart, just so that if it gets stuck in his throat, then it shouldn't get stuck with. I always do a chaser of water when I do a pill. So this is just spring water in here. Right now I'm using this Icelandic glacial water in a glass bottle, so that's what's in these syringes. And the probiotic is so much smaller than the mushroom one. And I used to think that this size pill was way too big for a cat, but he doesn't mind it at all. So we're gonna start with that one. Well, he's sleeping, so pill will wait until he's kind of more awake because I don't want to disturb a sleeping baby. I'm really glad he's sleeping. He's been kind of anxious tonight. I think there might be a neighborhood cat that goes around our house about this time. This is Charlie several hours after the probiotic and the mushrooms. I just pet him and realized, oh right, I need to finish your video. A day in the life of Charlie. This is the day in the life. So I am headed to bed. It is past midnight. It is the Sunday that daylight savings started in the United States, and so it's really like 11 p.m. it feels like for me. When I go to bed, I always put down a bowl of cat food. I have done that with my cats for years and years and years, to put down a brand new thing of food. And the reason why is because I don't want to be woken up. This is one of Charlie's favorites. This is Raw's gravy with whole sardines and pumpkin. Now, you might be wondering, why would you be giving him a 5-ounce can when he hasn't eaten well today? Well, that's what I have. I don't have the 3-ounce cans on hand. He probably will not finish this, and a lot of it will go to waste, but that is what I deal with now. When Chiggy's gone, and yes, I could put some of it and refrigerate it and all that kind of stuff, but he won't eat it once it's refrigerated, so it's kind of pointless. Sometimes he will finish an entire 5-ounce can. However, he has not been eating well recently, so I doubt he will do that. And also, recycling day is tomorrow, so I want to get this out of my recycle anyway. I'm making this exceptionally soupy, because the sardine, you can see like the sardine oil, that little shiny stuff, will really make that spring water oily, and more for him to lap up and help those kidneys keep functioning. One of the beautiful things about running Floppycats and having Floppycats is that I can stay up if I want to stay up to get some stuff done. So I don't think he's gonna get up for this. He might. Well, I'm gonna put it down right here, okay? Okay, now something I always check. I did not add any toppers or any TREATS's, and he is happily eating it. We'll check where he was to make sure I don't see any signs of any fleas, you know, the 4-letter F word in our house. And then I'll see in the morning, you know, what he's eaten from that. But I'm excited that he wanted to get up and eat. That's the mushrooms and the probiotics. God bless them. Thank you guys for following along Charlie a day in the life. That wraps it up. Charlie will sleep down here tonight by himself. Charlie and Trig never ever slept with me. Trig would snuggle with me, but then he would go and sleep downstairs with Charlie, so I'm okay with it.
I grew up with a cat that slept with me. My parents' cats, Camus and Murphy, always slept with me. I don't know why my cats didn't, but that's okay. That's what they chose to do, and I'm fine with that. I'm deciding whether or not to take this skirt off of that chair. That's why it looks like that. I haven't made a full decision yet. I did take the skirt off of my couch, and I like it. But that I have that diatomaceous earth. Well, that's actually, I think, salt and baking soda underneath there now. So it would be more ideal if it didn't have the white part, but that's okay. I just think it's like less to clean if I have a flea infestation, and it just looks a little cleaner, except for it looks like it's really dirty underneath. But that's so I don't have to move my furniture. All of my furniture has that underneath, but you can't really see it because all of them have skirts. And he's all done for now. I mean, he'll probably, I love the tail, like what's going on? Why do we have a little hook in the tail? You can go back up in your chair. I sure am. Gonna go tonight up here. I'm gonna take a little bit of a bath. Today's March 8th, I think, and Charlie will be 17 on July 23rd. This is something I talk to about with every cat owner, every kitten owner, that they're like, gosh, I got a new kitten, but it won't leave me alone. A cat's routine is hunt, play, eat, groom, sleep. Literally, he just ate, didn't finish it, but he'll eat more overnight. And now he's grooming, then he'll sleep. So I always suggest feed them right before you go to bed. They will groom and then they will sleep and leave you alone while you're sleeping. Perfect. So I always put down one thing of food before I go to bed because of this. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next time.